Hey there, Tuba Knights, your friendly neighborhood flash in the pan. Today we're doing kind of a follow-up to our paint or not to paint video. In that video I showed you my hunting rifle, Remington 700 in 30-06. As you can tell, it is a synthetic stock that is all black. Everything else is black, just old school classic hunting rifle. I've been wanting to do this for a little while now, where I'm essentially going to paint it kind of early to mid GWatt, so it's going to be desert tan, but then with kind of a brown stripe, and that's going to be it. Just kind of simple, like this is just for giggles. It's a hunting rifle, it just needs to function, and it does that just fine. But thought it'd be fun to do this. I've been waiting now to get some scope caps for it, because right now I just have the old, kind of the stuff that comes with it to keep it while it's stored. But what I've been trying to do more recently is get something that's a little more permanently attached. So I have these Monstrum Tactical. I get them off of Amazon. They're about 15 bucks per, so $30 for the pair. It's based off of the eyepiece and the objective size, so you just get a measurement of that, go on Amazon in this case, and get the right size. So I'm going to put these on. I'm going to take my sling off. I'm going to tape up the things that need to be taped up, like that's a 4 to 12 power scope, so I'm going to tape off the 4 to 12 part so I know where I'm at. A couple other things, wipe off some excess gun oil so the paint will stick, and then we'll hang it up and I'll reposition you and we'll start with our base coat. Alright, so sorry about the mess, but it is what it is. Lighting's not great, but this isn't rocket science either, so obviously you want to make sure your can is nice and shaken up. I use this little cheater thing. They're, I don't know, 10-12 bucks at the store. Today we are using Rust-Oleum. This is camo khaki. So all I'm going to do is just put a nice coat down. Inside trick, I usually get a piece of paper towel or something like that and stuff it in the barrel so you're not getting any paint down in there. I don't think that's as big a deal as people make it, but it's still something we want to avoid. And then also, if you have a rubber buttstock, I recommend taping that off as well. Typically paint doesn't adhere very well to it, and it just starts flaking off and it messes with your with it fitting on your shoulder. It's weird. Just don't tape it off, trust me. Alright, so we're just going to go ahead and put down our base coat. I don't know how well it's showing up in video, but all I have this hung by is the sling strap holes, and I've just got some regular old not painter's tape, just string tied up to my garage door opener, and it just hangs it at a pretty good height. Obviously you can adjust the string length by what you need, but obviously you want to move around, change angles, make sure you're hitting everything relatively equally. As I've talked about before, I'm not an artist here. I'm not trying to go for perfection. I just want to change the look of something, have a little fun on a Sunday afternoon. Yeah. Thank you. I'm sure this is very exciting to watch, but I'll do you all a favor. I won't charge you for it. So you get a layer down, and then you just kind of walk around. Make sure you've got it coated. You can do 2 base layers if you want. I usually don't, because for me, as we've talked about before, I kind of like it to look worn in. I like it that Bubba Fett look, that battle worn. But I also like to earn it. Another trick, got a little stool down here that'll help me get a little higher. So I'm going to stand up and make sure I'm not missing anything obvious, like especially right here on the bolt. Oh yeah, see, I missed this whole spot. Be a little too warm to paint today. We'll see how well this dries, but again, not going for perfection. Alright, I think that's probably good. We're going to let that dry, and then I'll have you guys come back and we'll do the brown stripes. I'll probably try and change angles so maybe you can see how I do that a little bit better. And again, it's not rocket science, but just so you can have a better vantage point. This is pretty basic. You're just painting everything. And if you've never done that, if you've never used spray paint, don't be afraid of it. The fun thing about painting, as I've talked about before, is if you don't like it, you can just go back over it. Or if you want to go through the hassle, you can strip it all down and redo it again. Anything you do is reversible is the point, so don't be afraid of it. Have a little fun. Catch up to you when this dries. Okay, I've got you repositioned. You can kind of sort of see what I'm doing here. I'm going to try not to block your view. I don't get too complicated with this. I usually just try and do kind of like a slightly diagonal stripe just to give it a little break up, something to break up just the profile of just a tan rifle in this case. So all we're going to do is just kind of something like that, and something in there-ish. Do another one here-ish. Hopefully I don't run out of paint. Another one right there. And then maybe another one there. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Then all I do is I wrap it around. So I try and get on the other side and mirror that on the other side. So that's what I'll do. People get paint on the camera, maybe. So that's like right about there. So you just do that. Something like so. And I'm running the diagonal the same direction as on this side. Obviously, that may not be obvious. I don't know. Just a minute. And again, you're just trying to wrap it around the gun so it's relatively even. And now it's just kind of clean up, just making sure you nice even all the way around as much as you can. Again, I don't go for perfection. Just try and make it okay, you know. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you don't want it to be too bad either, right? Because rule number one is what? Look cool. That's right. I'm almost out of paint. I can't see nothing from back there. Just trying to fill in the gaps, cover all the holes that I missed. I'm getting all kinds of splatter because this can is jacked up. But just trying to make it relatively smooth transition kind of thing is the idea. Yeesh, the splatter's bad. That is pretty much it. Just, you know, I could spend 20 minutes just touching up stuff that I've missed or trying to more even things out, stuff like that. But that's the long and short of it. I'll show you the finished project and we'll kind of go back over what we just did. Not that it's complicated, but this is probably boring for you to watch. So anyways. All right, so we're all dry. Got all the tape off, everything did all right. I got a little bit of overspray slash the tape came up on my, whoops, careful now, on my dial here. But I can still see the lowest number, which is 4, it's fine. As you can see, looks okay, turned out fine, nothing special. Like I said, I taped up the butt pad, so. I'll show you the other side, pretty much the same. Like I told you, put that little piece in the muzzle. You can see it messed up one spot there, but that's no big deal. That's eventually going to be covered up with muzzle blast anyway. So, once again, don't leave your rifles, your guns boring and plain. Have fun with them. Gives you something to do on a Sunday afternoon. Thanks for watching.